Why does it do that? Hello friends! It is sweater weather, y'all, and I could not be more excited for the fall. Oh my god. My basic just flourishes. I have my favorite scented candle in the entire world, Chocobo by Potions and Pyrelight. I imagine that this is what heaven smells like. Just flocks of giant birds. So this week's video is going to be a little bit different. I just wanted to do like a little get to know me video. I kind of went through like some of the questions on the get to know me tag and just kind of picked some that I thought would be interesting. So I'm gonna answer those. My hand keeps disappearing. Oh, WandaVision. So my living room slash studio slash office is a mess, and I didn't want to deal with green screen, so we're just gonna do this. It's just gonna be wonderful. I kind of think it fits the whole, like, you know, September aesthetic. Keeps happening. I hope this isn't too distracting, because honestly it's really distracting for me. This is whiskey. So this can kind of be an update video too. I was recently evacuated from my home due to an active wildfire, so that was fun. I was evacuated with my two kitties, and I had to leave all my reptiles at home. And I live in a gated community. I rent. I don't own a home or anything like that. I'm not rich. I'm a cocktail server, you know. Anyways, but since they had the gates there, they actually locked them down so you couldn't enter. They had police there at every single gate making sure that nobody came in. So it was really hard for me because I was really worried because my reptiles need heating requirements, and it ended up being okay because it was the middle of summer. I've literally evacuated every single year since I moved to this county. It's literally been every single year. And there was one time when I was living out on some property, and the firefighters actually saved that house that I was living in. I was renting that one too. And so the fire actually came, it burned down all of the like extra buildings in the area. Like there was an aviary, there was a barn, there was the water pump tower, like all the extra little buildings. And the firefighters actually saved the house that I was living in, so I was so thankful for that. But I've literally done this every single year since I moved to this county. I've evacuated every single year, be it for a couple of months or a couple of days, or in one case a couple of minutes. Hi baby. So it's really an ordeal because I bring my cats with me. But this time I couldn't take my reptiles. Luckily they were okay. I fed them right before we evacuated because we had a bit of notice this time. It wasn't just, okay, there's a fire, get out. It had been coming our way for a while, so we'd been put on warning, and that's when we packed and we got everything ready. But then when we did evacuate, we cut the power and emptied the fridge and did all that. And luckily it was actually hot enough outside to where the house heated up without the AC, and was able to kind of keep the house at a reasonably warm temperature, enough so that my reptiles were warm enough. They were not ideal temperatures, but they were survivable temperatures. So I was really, really fortunate that this happened in the middle of the summer, and it wasn't like the stupid power safety public piss ordeal that happened last winter when the power turned off for over a week and I had no generator and I had reptiles. So we had to makeshift like heat for them. I literally bought the equivalent of hand warmers. They're safe for reptiles, but they're like hand warmers, and styrofoam boxes, and just kept replacing them and kept like checking on them. And anyway, so it really wasn't that big of a deal for the reptiles, but it was just an ordeal, man. And I took my PC with me, which was like the #1 most expensive thing that I own, and is kind of my way of doing YouTube, so I wasn't about to let that burn down. So I took the important stuff with me, and everything is okay. Everyone's fine in my area. It actually didn't really come too close at all, but it was just It was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. But I'm back now. Anyway, so I have these questions that I want to do as like a little get to know me. So this one says, what was your favorite subject in high school? I absolutely loved physics. To me, physics are like the law of the universe. I know a lot of people say that numbers are the law of the universe, and I totally get that argument, but for me, physics is like how things exist and why things exist and why things interact in the ways that they do, and it's really interesting to me. Also drama. I was a huge drama nerd. That was pretty much the class that I spent most of my brain power on. I really didn't do that well in school. If I really enjoyed what I was learning, then I would do okay in it, but if I wasn't that interested in it, I just didn't. I didn't do well. I just didn't have the brain space for it. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and it was really bad. But I did graduate. What is your favorite drink? So my favorite drink is room temperature, unflavored soda water. That's my favorite drink. Or whiskey. This is whiskey. Soda! 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 Anyway, what's your favorite song? My favorite song changes literally every single day. Right now, probably something from the Final Fantasy 15 score. I really like Crazy Classic Life by Janelle Monáe. I really like that one. I really love her. I just think she's amazing. I just think she's like one of my favorite people on the planet. I just love her so much. Oh no, I hate this question because everyone makes fun of me for it. Okay, so this says, what would you name your children? So I don't have any kids. If I had a boy, I would want to name him Vashton, like Vash the Stampede from Trigun. And if I had a girl, I would want to name her Commander. Or Mandy for short. This is why I have no children. Have you participated in any sports? I did a British soccer camp when I was in grammar school, and I did dance when I was in high school a little bit. I did ballet and hip hop, and it is not for me. I am not good. What is your favorite book? Spin, 100%. My favorite book has been the same for years. I read this book called Spin by Robert Charles Wilson years ago when I was a kid, and it just stuck with me. I also liked this book called Blasphemy, and I want to say that was by Douglas Preston, I want to say. I will double check on that. What's your favorite color? Neon green, hands down. Second favorite color? Hot pink. And the two of them together? Fantastic. What's your favorite animal? Coconut crepe. I don't know. I have a couple. I really like seals. I think they're just my spirit animal. I like lychee geckos. They're adorable. I don't have one, but one of these days, man, I'm gonna have one. What's your favorite perfume? Alien by Thierry Mugler. I wear it every single day, and I have for several years, and it's my favorite thing ever, and it's so amazing, and I love it. What is your favorite holiday? Hands down, Halloween. Halloween is just like a socially acceptable excuse to cosplay. Who wouldn't like Halloween? I like the nostalgia of Christmas, because like growing up, Christmas is always like a really big family thing. But as far as the holiday now, I'm really not into it. I just don't like the idea of working really hard all throughout the year just so you can save up to buy gifts for every single person you know and just spend all this money, and the money is for me. I make it. That money is for me. I just feel like if I want to give my friends or family a gift, I'm just gonna like give them a gift. And like birthdays, I get that. Like it's just my personal opinion. Like I'm not a huge fan of Christmas. Halloween, all the way. Ooh, I like this one. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your childhood. Gosh. So This one's kind of complicated actually, because as an adult, I'm kind of finding out. I've been in and out of therapy a couple times as an adult, and I'm kind of like realizing that certain things from my childhood and my adolescence like affected me negatively and are affecting me now as an adult. But at the time, I was very happy. I didn't want for anything. We weren't rich. We definitely weren't rich. And actually, at some points in my childhood, I would say I was poor. But I always had what I needed. My parents made like huge sacrifices financially to, you know, just give me the basic things that I needed. And I was happy. You know, I'm not saying that everything was perfect, but I gotta say, I had a pretty good childhood. I was happy at the time. We'll just say that. All right, so 1 out of 10. I don't know. I'll give it a 10. Have you ever been out of the country? Yes, I have been to Australia. I did a student ambassadorship when I was in between freshman and sophomore years of high school. So it was what, 2005? Yeah, so I was 15. Do you speak any different languages? Kind of. I would not say I'm fluent. I'm intermediate in Spanish, but I can get by. I can definitely get by. I took a couple years of Spanish in high school, but honestly, I learned almost nothing from those because I really didn't pay attention. But I had this job where I was literally the only English-speaking person aside from my boss, and I really had to learn how to communicate with them really quickly. And so it was just a matter of, do I want to be struggling this whole time, or do I want to just learn? And I'm so glad I did, because I live in California and there's a lot of requirement for Spanish speakers. And while I definitely wouldn't say I'm fluent, I can get by, you know, if there's like an emergency or something where I need to be able to communicate with someone in Spanish, or they need to be able to communicate with me, I can make that happen. Do you have any siblings? I have 1 sister and 2 half-sisters from my dad. She wants to be on camera. What is your favorite store? Cold Stone. Wait. No, Best Buy. Wait. What is your favorite restaurant? Cold Stone. Or Charlie Palmer's. Sorry, vegans. I really like steak and lobster. Steak and lobster. Did you like school? I liked boys. Who are your favorite YouTubers? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that question. I just so happen to have compiled a list. My favorite YouTubers include, but are not limited to, Achievement Hunter, Game Grumps, BitWit, AK Tech&Mods, Jenna Marbles, Go Herping, the Dooo, IZGrizzy, McNasty, Enilsa Brown, It's Black Friday, Odd Tinkering, ProZD, Hardell, John Maclean, Julia Richelle, Michael Reeves, Taylor Nicole Dean, Jeffree Star, Mykie, aka Glam and Gore. There's a lot of them. So this question comes from a good friend of mine in high school. She says, what was your favorite energy drink in high school? Which is kind of funny because I used to drink Rock Stars. I bought them when they came in that big like heart attack can, you know, like the big old pop top, and you just, psst, oh, it's amazing. And I was really caffeine sensitive as a child because I wasn't allowed to have any caffeine. So when I did have caffeine, I just bounced off the walls. So I would drink those because energy drinks had just come out and I thought I was cool, and I would drink one in school and pretty much die a couple hours later every single time. What is your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Contact with Jodie Foster, and maybe The Emperor's New Groove. It's a classic. What's your favorite TV show? Invader Zim. Still, to this day. It's the nostalgia at this point, honestly. Like, I was so obsessed with Invader Zim. My sister and I went to DoomCon, which was the second Invader Con. Yes, they had 3. I used to be like so into that show from the day that it came out in September of 2001. and I've just been obsessed with it ever since. I can just have it on in the background while I'm doing stuff, and just, I know all the words, and Kevin Manthe's composing is my favorite thing ever. I legitimately listen to the soundtrack because I'm that dweeb. Do you have any tattoos? No, but very soon, I will be getting my very first tattoo. I'm so excited. So what I'm going to be getting is actually a barcode tattoo on my wrist to match that of Promptos from Final Fantasy 15, who's like my favorite character pretty much ever out of anything. He has a Magitech barcode on his wrist, and I'm going to be getting that. It's going to be a little bit different than his. I'm actually designing it myself. It's already been designed, but I'm redesigning it. But it's gonna have like my name and birthday and stuff like that in it instead of his, and instead of like a serial number, it'll have like a date that's important to me or whatever. So I'm still kind of like making it exactly what I want, but that is what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm really excited. PC or Mac? PC. What kind of phone do you have? I have an Android. How tall are you? I'm 5'6" and a half. I don't know why I did an accent there. I'm just gonna do the rest of this video with an accent. Alright, so the next question comes from me. Okay, so this is a big one. I love this one. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have 7. I have 2 cats, Sora and Noodles. I have a crested gecko named BB Dragon. I have 2 leopard geckos named Joker and Edie. I have a crocodile gecko or Moorish gecko named Spyro. And I have a boa constrictor named Gypsy Danger. So in addition to all of those questions, I'm gonna add one of my own. What is my favorite video game? And to be quite honest, I really don't want to do favorites. I just want to list some of my favorite video games because it's impossible to pick a favorite. It really is. So Kingdom Hearts, Fear, Gears of War, DDR, Final Fantasy 15, any of the old Tomb Raiders, not the new ones. Ugh. Detroit Become Human, Mass Effect, Saints Row, Remember Me, Tekken, Rainbow Six. Actually, like Rainbow Six Vegas 2 specifically. It's like the nostalgia for me. It's my favorite thing ever. And Portal. Well, this has been fun. So I know that I keep promising this reptile video. I will be doing a reptile video, I promise. Basically what I'm going to be doing is a cage overhaul of Gypsy Danger's enclosure. I have the new enclosure. I broke the new enclosure. I pretty much have everything else that I'm going to put inside. I have the bars, I have the water bowl, I have the backdrop, I have everything. I just need to be able to lock the cage. So I need to fix the actual cage. And I'm okay at designing things, I'm not so great at fixing things. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. Once I fix that, I'm so excited because I'm gonna be doing like the whole, so basically I'm just gonna film the whole thing from start to finish and do like a, and just do like a cage overhaul video. I'm so excited, it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait to put her in her new forever enclosure. But that day is not today. Today is a really boring get to know me video. The YouTube gods require content. Well, this has been fun. I'm so excited. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this kind of helped you get to know me a little bit, and welcome to my channel where we do whatever we want, really. We just kind of exist. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Bye, friends!